Hey, magandang buhay. So, I am Sir Ben and I am here to discuss some of the items in the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area Mathematical Olympiad Qualifier Round 2021. So, this is the Greater Bay Area region. This is the mock paper for the primary 6. In the Philippines, this is a mock paper for the grade 6 and we call this the BBB contest. Okay? So, in discussing some of the items in this mock paper, my approach would be as basic as possible. So it means that as much as possible, I am not going to use a high school concept. Okay? So let us start with the first one. So we have here, there is a flight of stairs. So flight of 11 stairs. Each move can walk one or two steps. How many methods are there to finish this stair? So since the question it has no broken steps, so the simplest way to answer this one is by the use of the Fibonacci sequence. Yes, I know Fibonacci sequence is introduced in grade 10 level, but Fibonacci sequence is not that hard to understand. So in this case, we will start with the first two numbers, and that is 1 and 2. Yes, I know Fibonacci sequence is, it will start from 1, 1, and then 2, right? So in this solution, I'm going to start with 1 and 2. Okay, so 1, 2, and then to achieve the next number, we will just simply add the previous two numbers. So in this case, 1 plus 2, that will be 3. And then to achieve the next number, same process, I'm just going to add the previous two numbers. In that case, the fourth number will be 2 plus 3, and that is 5. The fifth number, that is 5 plus 3, and that will be 8. So we will going to repeat the process until we reach the 11th term, since there are 11 a flight of 11 stairs. So we will stop until we reach the 11th term. Okay, so let us continue. So the next term, that is 5 plus 8, that is 13, and then the next term is 8 plus 13, and then the next term is 13 plus 21, and then after 34, that is 34 plus 21, and then the next will be 34 plus 55, and that is 89, and then 55 plus 89, and that is 144. So 144 is the 11th term, therefore the answer for number 11 is 144. Next one. So we have here, find the sum of all factors of 480. So this is somehow common in some of the questions that can be seen in MMC. Okay, so that is the Metrobank Dep and Math Challenge. Okay, so find the sum of all the factors of 480. So in this case, we're going to express 480 on its prime factors. Okay, so we're going to express 480 into its prime factors. So I'm not going to show you how to express 480 into its prime factors since that is very easy. So 480 is actually 2 raised to 5 times 3 times 5. We're going to use this one to identify the sum of all the factors of 480. So the sum of all the factors of 480 is, first, I'm going to get the sum of 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3, 2 raised to 4, and 2 raised to 5. Okay? After getting that sum, I'm going to multiply that one by the sum of 3 raised to 0 and 3 raised to 1. After multiplying those sums, I'm going to multiply the product by the sum of 5 raised to 0 and 5 raised to 1. Okay? Now, what do this? I got this 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, until 2 raised to 5 based from this prime factor. 2 raised to 0 plus 2 raised to 1 based from the prime factor, that is 3. And then 5 raised to 0 plus 5 raised to 1, that came from this prime factor, which is 5. So let us now simplify this one. This one will become, this is 2 plus 2, 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32, that will be 63. And then this one, 3 raised to 0 plus 3 raised to 1, that is 4. And then 5 raised to 0 plus 5 raised to 1, that will be 6. So multiplying those three numbers, 63 times 4 times 6, and we will get 1,512. The third one, so this one, find the value of 1 over 1 times 5 plus 1 over 5 times 9 plus 1 over 9 times 13 until we reach the last term, that is 1 over 97 times 101. So how are we going to solve this type of problem? How can a grade 6 student solve this type of problem? Now, focus on our denominator. The denominators here are 15, 59, 913, 97, 101. You will notice that they have a common difference, right? 5 minus 1, that is 4. 9 minus 5, that is 4. 13 minus 9, that is 4. 101 minus 97, that is 4. So we will use that one to solve this problem. So I'm going to multiply this expression by 4 over 4. 4 over 4 is 1, right? So we are not actually changing the value of this expression. So 4 over 4 is 1. So we are just simply multiplying this expression by 1. And we are applying the identity property of multiplication. Any number multiplied by 1 is the number itself. So again, we are not changing the value of that expression. Next is that I'm going to multiply 4, the numerator 4, to the expression. So it means that I'm going to distribute 4 inside the parentheses. So it will be like this. So 1/4 times 4 over 1 times 5 plus 4 over 5 times 9 plus 4 over 9 times 13 until we reach the last term, that is 4 over 97 times 101. Now, let us somehow express the numerator in such a way that they are somehow the same with the denominator. What do I mean by that one? On the first fraction, this one, isn't it that the denominator is 1 times 5? If we subtract those, 5 minus 1, that is 4. So I'm going to change 4 here, okay, by 5 minus 1. Same thing with this one. I'm going to change 4 here by 9 minus 5. This one will become 13 minus 9. This will be 101 minus 97. And then, let us simplify these fractions now. 5 minus 1 over 1 times 5 can be expressed as a difference of two fractions. Okay? 9 minus 5 over 5 times 9 can be expressed as difference of two fractions. Same with this one. 13 minus 9 over 9 minus 13 can also be expressed as difference of two fractions. And this one also. 101 minus 97 all over 97 times 101 can be expressed as a difference of two fractions. So how are we going to do that one? So let me show you the expression, then I'm going to explain it. Now, this one is somehow the reverse if we are subtracting dissimilar fractions. Okay? If you're subtracting dissimilar fraction, look at this one. 1 over 1 minus 1 over 5, if we're going to apply the cross multiplication method, this will become, if you multiply this, 5 and 1, so that is 5 minus 1 times 1, and then the denominator will be 1 times 5. Okay? So, same thing with this one. This will become 1 over 5 minus 1 over 9. So in that case, we are just applying the cross multiplication method. 9 times 1, that is 9. 5 times 1, that is 5. So that is 9 minus 5. And then the denominator, we just simply multiply the two denominators. Okay? Now, you may pause this video to try to study it. If in case that you are having a hard time understanding it, you can message me or you can post it on the chat box below this video. Okay? Let us continue. Now, since between the parentheses, addition is the addition symbol is present, we can just simply remove the parentheses since it will not change the value of the addends. So in that case, it will be like this. Okay? You will notice that we can cancel this one, negative 1 over 5 plus 1 over 5. That is simply that is equal to 0. What negative 1 over 9 plus 1 over 9, that is also 0. Negative 1 over 13, definitely the next number to that one is plus 1 over 13. So we can cancel that one. And then the next one is 1 minus 1 over 17 plus 1 over 17. And then the next one will be minus 1 over 21 plus 1 over 21. Okay, so we all of those numbers will be cancelled, and the number or the fraction will be the last fraction, that is negative minus 1 over 101. So in that case, inside the parentheses, the remaining fractions will be 1 over 1 and negative 1 over 101. So the expression that will become like this will become like that. So 1/4 times 1 minus 1 over 101. So simplifying inside the parentheses, 1 minus 1 over 101, that is 100 over 101. And then multiplying these two fractions, 1/4 times 100 over 101. So we can do cancellation on this one. So that will be 25. So the answer here will be 25 over 101. Down to our last question. So it is known that 3 raised to 11 is equivalent to 177,147. Find the value of 3 plus 3 raised to 2 plus 3 raised to 3 plus 3 raised to 4 until we reach the last term, 3 raised to 11. This problem can be solved if you encounter the sum of a geometric sequence. In the Philippines, the sum of a geometric sequence is being discussed to grade 10 students. That is part of their curriculum. For the grade 6 students in the Philippines, this is not being discussed. Okay? So let me show you how are we going to solve for this one. How can a grade 6 student solve this one? So this is actually the formula for the sum of the geometric sequence. Okay? Finite geometric sequence. The sum is equivalent to the first term times the quantity of the common ratio raised to the number of terms minus 1 all over the common ratio minus 1. Okay? So this is how are we go this is the what do you call this? The method that we're going to use so that a grade 6 student will understand it. So step by step. First, we're going to subtract 1 from the last number of the sequence. So in that case, this will be 3 raised to 11 minus 1. So the last term of the sequence is 3 raised to 11. So we're just going to subtract 1 from 3 raised to 11. We know that 3 raised to 11 is equal to 177,147. So in that case, that is 177,147 minus 1, and that will give us 177,146. Next is to divide the answer in step 1 by the quantity of 3 minus 1. Where did I get 3? That is the common ratio. Common ratio is not hard to understand. It's not hard to understand for a grade 6 student. Common ratio is that we can discuss it this way. The second term is achieved by multiplying 3 to the first term. The third term is achieved by multiplying the second term by 3. The fourth term is achieved by multiplying the third term by 3. So the concept of common ratio is not that hard to understand. Okay? So divide the answer in step 1 by 3 minus 1. So in that case, it will become 177,146 divided by 2. The answer now will become 88,573. The last step now is multiply the answer on the second step by the first term. In this question, the first term is 3. So, that case, that will be 88,573 times 3. So, this can be done by a grade 6 student. So, the answer now will be 265,719. So those are some of the questions that can be seen in the mock paper of primary 6 or grade 6 of the BBB competition. Okay? So we just keep on practicing these questions that I presented. You may change the given number so that your students or you as a student can practice. Okay? So I hope that you learned something from this video, and with that, I'm very thankful that you finished this video and magandang buhay.